Hello, guys. Welcome to a new edition to Nightly Chats. Tonight, it's part 14, almost to 20. It's kind of insane how I started in July, and technically I started near February, but I deleted that first video because I was very insecure about who I was back then. A couple months ago. But then after some thinking, I learned that if I'm gonna make this YouTube channel thing work, then why not just send it? Just try. But anyways, part 14. Today's topic would probably be about my inspirations. Basically, the channels, the people, and the YouTubers who you know made me me. 14 red. But let's get started, shall we? Inspiration. There's a lot of YouTubers and just people in general who inspired me. One of the biggest, I feel, inspirations I've had. Oh, actually, before I get into it, I should probably tell you about the music of this channel. Of this addition to Nighting Chats. This the song or the playlist I'm using technically, it is by Virtual Utopia. um I don't know how to say the name. Fruitiger Arrow Night Playlist to relax/sleep and no AI. I've learned my lesson. I've done a thorough check. So if you're watching this video, if you enjoyed the background music, go check them out. I'll put the link to their video music in the description, like always. Anyways, back to it. So, I'm gonna just draw circles because I need practice, actual practice. I can draw eyes all I want, but nothing's gonna happen if I actually don't practice just drawing circles over and over and over again. Anyways, sorry. Um, I feel like there's like, the main cast of YouTubers from the past. Like for instance, a lot of like YouTubers I watched in the past were Jacksepticeye, Popular MMOs, Dan TDM, who else? H2 Delirious, cartoons, the Vanos Gaming. Like I want like these big YouTubers, right? But I wouldn't say I got in. Well, Jacksepticeye very much did, but I wouldn't say I got inspired by most of them. They were again amazing YouTubers. They made my childhood. Like I would say they basically made who I am today. I've learned a lot of like my humor from them. I learned like some of my best memories come from like laughing at their jokes. I'd say that they made my childhood, right? These are YouTubers who were there since like not the beginning, but like they shaped YouTube to what it is now. Well, kind of. But they were like the big YouTubers that of the past. They're still big too. Vanos, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, PewDiePie, Dante, and these are all big content creators. But I wouldn't say they so much have inspired me, but they just made my life enjoyable. I feel like that can apply to everyone, right? If you watch, let's say, Jacksepticeye, you watched him as a kid or even now, and you're like he's fun. He was very energetic, energy, energetic. He was very and why can I not and he had a lot of energy. He had a lot of hyper, not hyper, but he was very hyper. He was very like attention grabbing. He was just a fun like person to watch, especially like the top of the morning every to all that and the hi-fi. It just was so fun to. Oh, actually, I forgot to mention YouTuber Captain Sauce. It's another YouTuber I used to watch. I still remember when he did the. It's insane to think about it, but he did like the Kindergarten 2 playthrough. I watched the Kindergarten 1, but I remember specifically Kindergarten 2, the playthrough with that. Like back then, where like you could do playthroughs, which is such a fun thing to watch. But I remember like every playthrough, as a kid, not as a kid, I think I was like 13, 14 at a time. Yeah, I think I was like 14. I was in like middle school basically. But like every time a new video dropped and it was a Kindergarten 2, I'd always have my mom make me like not a veggie smoothie, but like a smoothie. It was like it was a green smoothie, but it was like it had like a lot of fruit in it. And it was very like and it wasn't like so much as like I don't like veggie smoothies, but I really like fruit ones. It was like basically mainly fruits with some veggies in it, and it had like honey in it that my mom put in from her homeland. And she always make it for me. I take it, I sit down on the couch, I play that video, and I just watch. It was just so fun. I'd say Captain Sauce is just another big YouTuber who made my childhood. Um, but again, these are YouTubers who, yeah, they made my childhood. They made my life funny. They've made it full of happy moments and joyous times. But none of them, well, again, I don't know how to say this, but like none of them really inspired me, right? They all gave me the dream of becoming a content creator. Every kid saw them and be like, man, I want to be like them one day, right? But none of them really made me know what I want to be. Yeah, I'd say, oh, I want to be a YouTuber. What type of YouTuber? Who did I want to be? Did I want to be like them, a playthrough, or like, you know, or did I want to be a different YouTuber? What did I want to be? It wasn't until like, um, God no, I think like 2016. No, 20. I think it was like 2020. No, it was around when like YouTube started to change. Well, YouTube goes through a lot of changes, but like playthroughs don't really do well anymore. A lot of content creators have to like play a game, a full game, in one video, which it sucks because, well, for them too, because you have to sit down and play an entire game fully with no, like, you can break, yeah, but you have to play it or it's not gonna do good. But I think it was around 2021, so only like about 5 years ago. Jesus. When I got introduced to like some to other YouTubers that I watch, because again, with growing up, you kind of fall out of watching certain creators. Jacksepticeye is actually one of my biggest examples. I used to watch his content every single day. I used to love his series of like Subnautica. I think I don't know what, but I still vividly remember this video of his. I can't seem to find it, but maybe I'm just not searching far enough. Where it was, I don't know how to. It was like he was like trapped, like he was playing a game. He was trapped in this like white room. Like the only colors were like red, black, and white. So like kind of like spades, and he was trapped in this. He was trapped in this, like, kind of a cell, kind of not, but he got like letters from a person, and then the game continued, he write back to the person, but then after a time, when he like the person giving him letters would tell him that if that when they didn't feel, not feel good, but they didn't feel, no, they didn't feel good, they just wanted to end it all. And by the time, finally, when the main, like the character Jack is playing gets out and looks into like this like tiny city town or whatever it is, and he finds this like, oh, it was like a rose, like it was a rose shop. He finds the character that were sending him the letters, you know, dead. They, tied a noose around them. I think it was a noose, or it was that, or it was something with like pills. But I still remember that. I used to watch these creators all the time as kid. Even like in middle school, I used to watch them. But as I grew, I kind of just, changed. My humor changed a bit. Creators like well, just that's just how it happens. Even Jack, talked about it, how people change, and you're not always gonna have the same, which is kind of the point of content creators, where you're not always gonna have the same audience. You're gonna have the same audience, but they're gonna grow up with you. And a lot of people like Dan TDM and Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, they've had their audience. They were basically like a third, or not third, but like they were like a parent to them. They were like a role model you can look up to. You can look up to Markiplier and be like, yeah, I want to be like that person. I want to be like him, or like Dan TDM. You can look at him and be like, I want to be like him. And it was just so cool. And like these creators inspired me to want to become a YouTuber. They all put like the idea of like making people feel happy. And that's like the biggest thing I want out of this channel. Yes, at the end, like this channel of mine, I want to show off what I want, like what I can be. I want to become better at art. I want to one day hopefully create like a not like a manga kind of, or just like a writing, a story for myself. I want to share it. But the main goal of this channel is to make your lives a little happier, because that's what content creators are for. They're like an escape. You put on this YouTuber to like feel happy. Maybe they're talking about like a topic you like. Maybe they're playing a game you want to play, but you don't have the money, or you just never got around to playing it. Maybe they're creating art, they're creating music, they're doing all these things, and it's an escape. That's what content creators are for. We are an escape for people to for like my whole channel is that I'm supposed to be this, a voice. That's all I'm supposed to be. You can look at like what I'm drawing, yes, but the main focus is what I'm talking about. And I and you basically, just supposed to be a voice rambling. You're not really supposed, again, you're yeah, okay, you are supposed to pay attention to the art, but you don't have to. You can, just put me on the background and just have, just some random guy speaking to you, and just talking and talking and talking. Because I like putting on creators, especially like creators who just talk, or like talk about a certain topic, and just put them on the background and just do things, and just have their voice in the background providing, some sort of comfort comfort. And I think that's what I want. And some of the, like, I should probably talk about the creators that inspired me fully. They're about a lot of like animators, like inspired me to like try and take art, or like be better at art. The big ones, right? Jaden, Odd was out, Emily, Didus, like all these big creators of animation and just art in general. But specifically, there was two creators actually that inspired me to take up this form of content, or like what I'm doing right now. Um, Emily, well, no, not Emily. That's her. Oh, I forget. No, is it Emily? No, I know it's Didus, because Didus is just how his channel name. But I keep no. I think it is. No, I think it is Emily. I forget. No, I think it's Emirichu. God, I seen their content so much. I think I keep forgetting if it's their names that are their channels, or like their name, or they're like if they have their own channel name. But these two creators, I'm sure you've heard about it. Spilled Ink. And again, I say this to, you know, not be so much as a when creating my name, Chilled Ink. It again, it sounds very similar. Yes. Again, I'm terrible at coming up with names. But I don't want to be I don't want to be a copycat. That's never my intention with this channel. I don't want to be like a larper, as people say. Again, a larper, you know, there's nothing bad. There, for instance, Living Tombstone has a larper of their own. God, my voice. The Living Tombstone has a larper of their own that actually makes like their own music and makes their own art, and it's actually amazing that they put in almost the same. Oh my God, my voice. Sorry, that they put in the same like effort as the Living Tombstone. It's insane. But I don't want to be a larper. I don't want to be, again, it's completely fine if you put in the same effort of like the original content creator. That's completely fine. Of course, you know, the whole situation with, you know, Technoblade and all that, that's kind of, you know, woo. And that's why I don't want to be a larper. I don't want to be a copycat. I don't want to be just like, oh, you know, they're doing this content style and I'm doing this. No, I want to be, I don't know, like they inspire me to, you know, do this because this is like the content that I'm more comfortable with. I don't want to show my face because again, I'm just not comfortable with that. VTubing, I don't know how to do it, and I feel like it'll probably one take a lot of effort, but also like a lot of things to do, which I don't have at the moment. And three, I want to be like another. I don't know how to say, but like they inspired me to do this, where I seen their content and they're again what they're very different to me because again they're actual artists. They actually know how to draw. I don't. I'm a beginner doing this, and they actually have, you know, lives, right? I'm just like they like have jobs. They've made it basically. They have a lot of like like they can like they have like an entirely different plane of like topics to talk about from me, a beginner person living with my parents at 20 when they're, you know, they've they're literally in Japan. They have a lot of friends of like who are also artists. They've experienced a lot. They've grew up. They live in their own house. They have their own things, which is why I want to be like a different. I want to talk about different topics. I want to talk about, you know, my own topics, and also want to like branch out to like try and like feel, not feel like, how do you resemble Abba, relate to like people of my age, right? Where I'm still figuring things out, and that's another reason why I felt inspired to do this. That I want to show to others like how they show to me. Well, not me specifically, like through their content that, you know, we this is okay. Taking things at your own pace is okay, and that's like they're sorry, I'm stuttering a lot, but they've done so much for me that I want to be not like them, but I want to be. I don't know. It's hard to explain, right? Sorry if my voice is kind of, you know, like in the distance because I'm kind of looking for something right now. Give me about a minute or two. Hold on. Ah, here it is. Here it is. Here. I got this Spilled Ink sketchbook, but the thing is, I haven't used it. You might be thinking, oh, why not? You know, it's a sketchbook. It's meant to be drawn on, used, and all that, right? I'm I'm scared because I feel like anyone who draws or anyone who writes is scared of like ruining something like this, like especially made with such quality, um, that, you know, you don't want to ruin it and then it be gone. Well, not be gone, but like, then you wasted it basically. It's just a fear of mine. But back to inspirations. Yeah, Spilled Ink very much inspired my channel. I tried to come up with a better name, but Chilled Ink was literally the best I could come up with. I I could make, yes. I'm like, when it comes to writing characters and all that in stories, I'm good at it. But when it comes to specifically names, I'm horrible. You can get a goldfish to do a better job than me. But I want to end this with one more creator that truly inspired me. I'm sure you've heard of him, Pezzy, from the Clueless. Well, he is part of the Clueless. Well, they've also inspired me quite a lot. But I'm close the book because it's I want to end this off with this topic. Pezzy is, sorry, he's inspired me a lot because he showed through his content that, you know, just be yourself. Even if, some people won't like you, even if some people won't see you as interesting, then it's okay. Just continue being yourself, and, you know, to always try and continue. Even if, everything feels down, even if like the content you create is like specific, one day you'll find that group of people who will watch you. One day you'll find an audience. Pezzy deals with a lot with horror stuff, right? And again, horror is like right now is popular, yeah, but back like only a couple years ago, it wasn't really as popular as like action games or reacting. So he literally just focuses on his own things, and he likes it. He enjoys what he does, and that's what I want to do. I want to enjoy what I do, and I am, even if I don't get big views or like anything like that. That's okay, because as long as there's one person watching this video, then what does it matter that not like a million people won't see me? If this one person is sticking to the end and watching my videos, then that's fine by me, because at least then one person, even if it's not 1,000 or a million or big numbers like that, then I at least hopefully made one person's like day a bit better. Maybe they had like a small chuckle out of like something I said, or maybe they just found my stories interesting, or maybe they relate to who I am, and that's everything to me. And yeah, it's just YouTubers, content creators, Twitch like streamers, all these people. In my opinion, the goal is to inspire, to make people's lives happier. That is what I want to do, and hopefully I'm able to do that. But until then, that is all for tonight, guys. I really appreciate you guys sticking by to the end. If you are watching this right now, then thank you. Truly, I really do appreciate it all. If you could drop a like, subscribe if you want to see more of my dumb little rambles. And if you want me to talk about a specific topic you have, or maybe a topic you're interested in, then drop a comment and I'll check it out. But until then, for music, I'll drop the description, the creator in the description. But until then, have a good morning, a good afternoon, good evening, and a good night. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.